Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews. I'm your host, Matt Spease, and today we are looking at Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, released in 1987. Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn is directed by Sam Raimi, and it stars Bruce Campbell, Sarah Berry, Denise Bixler, Dan Hicks, Kassie Wesley, Richard Domeier, John Peaks, Lou Hancock, and Ted Raimi. Now, this is a sequel that only happened because Stephen King loved the original Evil Dead. And when Sam Raimi tried other projects and they didn't work, and he figured, well, I'll just go back to what did work, which was Evil Dead. Most people were not willing to give him a shot on this. It was because of Stephen King that Dino De Laurentiis gave Sam Raimi a chance and helped him to produce on Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Now, this picks up right where the other one left off, sort of. Or it should have. If you ignore the first opening parts where it recaps in a very bad encapsulated way because of the whole thing of, for whatever reason, they didn't have the rights to the original Evil Dead, so they couldn't use the Evil Dead footage, so they just reshot what happened. The re-encapsulated opening does not have Scotty, does not have Cheryl, and does not have Scotty's girlfriend, Shelley, in it at all. It tries to tell the story as if Ash came to the cabin just with his girlfriend, Linda. And suddenly, in this re-encapsulation of what happens, she went from being plain Jane Betsy Baker to more of a model-looking girl with Denise Bixler. Okay. So, if you ignore all of that stupid shit from the beginning of this movie and just pick up from where Ash gets hit by the evil and gets smacked into the tree and falls flat face first into the puddle, you could say that this movie just picks up right where the other one left off. Now, yeah, when Linda comes out of the grave and comes after Ash later in the movie, she's played by a different actress, but she was dead at this point. She was a deadite at this point. They could have made up anybody to look like that. They didn't even have to make her look like her real face, you know. And I don't understand how someone the caliber of Dino De Laurentiis couldn't have gotten the rights to Evil Dead to use the footage from the original frickin' film. That just perplexes me. But from that point on, this movie becomes a totally cool follow-up to the original film. As long as you don't, like I said, most people consider this movie a weird remake. It is not. It's a frickin' sequel. Just ignore the stupid recap where they had to reshoot it because they didn't have the rights to use the footage, and it works. Sarah Berry as Annie. She is just, oh man, she is just great. I would have loved to have seen her work on more stuff because she's just so good in this film. Dan Hicks as Jake is really great in here. He really stands out with his fun moments of getting upset when his girlfriend, Bobby Joe, played by Kassie Wesley, ends up getting taken by the evil.
Bobby Joe! Bobby Joe!
Kassie Wesley as Bobby Joe is another missed opportunity for me, I think, for Sam Raimi in here. Bobby Joe is a character that I think, just like Cheryl from the original film, I think she's really a missed opportunity. Sam Raimi starts off by making her this tough, chewing, take no shit off nobody character. Once she gets to the cabin and shit starts to hit the fan, she becomes a screaming little bitch. Which doesn't make sense because you introduced her as this tough girl, and yet Sarah Berry's Annie ends up being more of the tough character that she was originally portrayed as. Whereas Annie wasn't portrayed as that. She's supposed to be the professor's daughter. She's supposed to be the smart, naive type girl. She should be more reacting to shit and screaming at shit than what this so-called tough girl is. So, yeah. And Richard Domeier as Ed, he's just, for the moments he's in there, he's okay. He's does okay. But I mean, he's good up until the point where he gets grabbed by Henrietta and thrown up against the freaking wall and hits his head, and then he becomes a non-character until he pops back up and he's all of a sudden a deadite, And then he's quickly dispatched as quickly as he becomes a deadite, So, his character didn't get much time to do anything. And that, I guess that affects the ladies because, I mean, he's a good-looking guy, and eventually he went on to become this, big guy on TV, advertising all this stuff for, these channels for advertising and stuff. So he became big for that. So, John Peaks as Professor Raymond Noby is he's pretty good in here. Lou Hancock as Henrietta, when she's in human form, isn't in here that much because most of the times when you're seeing Henrietta is the possessed Henrietta, and she's played by Ted Raimi. Under a shitload of latex and everything. Man, that poor guy. He was sweating so much in that suit that even in certain scenes you can see it dripping off of him during shooting. So, yeah, you got to feel for a man that had to suffer through all that. But he was young, doing it all for his brother. But yeah, this film, once you get, like I said, once you get past the idiocy of the opening, like 15, 20 minutes, this is a great sequel in the way that Ash grows as a character in this and becomes the total badass that we know him as now.
Damn it! I said I was all right! Are you listening to me? Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm all right!
Is very well done.
Groovy.
I would give Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, 8.5 out of 10. It's just a smidge better than the original film. Not because of that opening. That opening was horrible. Not that Denise Bixler does bad as Linda, but God, why could you not pay whatever you needed to pay? You're freaking Dino De Laurentiis, dude. Pay for it to get the freaking footage. It boggles my mind to know that instead of paying for the footage, which shouldn't have cost that much, it's freaking a cult film it's not like it's freaking Gone with the freaking Wind. So, what do you think of my review? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, if you like my review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it really does help the channel out a lot. Next, we will be doing even more horror. It's mostly what I do on this channel, but so stick around next time.